Hey guys, Nolan here. Today we have a video which, now that we have the know-it-all bully type out of the way, which by the way, if you haven't seen it, it's right there and I'll link it down below too in the description. In it, we go over the bully type, about the know-it-alls and how they think they are the shit. But today we're going to take a step further and talk about what happens when the know-it-alls run wild.
It'll try to creep within 100 feet from its target before bursting into action.
First off, I got a few comments from the last video of people scared that they're falling under the know-it-all bully type. I'm not here to tell you if you are one or if you're not, but I will tell you, if you're trying to spread a message or trying to help people navigate through the horse world, you're not a know-it-all. Just because you read articles and books doesn't automatically make you a know-it-all. Just because you answered some questions doesn't mean you're a know-it-all. If that were the case, pretty much the best horse coaches in the world would be considered know-it-alls. Now, remember, a know-it-all is a bully type, and to be a bully type, you have to bully. Know-it-alls are like parrots. They can't separate fact from opinion and just recite what they've read to make themselves feel validated. And this is where we're going to take a step further, because I'm going to give you an example to hopefully clarify the know-it-all. Okay, here we go. Back a couple of years ago, a friend of mine got a horse. Very pretty, very talented. The horse, that is. Conformation built for dressage. Great mind, but young. Very green. Quite the heads-up horse. You know, llama under tack. I'm sure many of us have dealt with this type of a horse. Convincing them that there's life below the tops of the kickboards is a feat in itself. Yeah, my horses are kind of like that. If you've encountered this type of horse, you'll know there can sometimes be a fine line between helping with balance and holding, and this will lead sometimes to a horse ducking behind the vertical. Welcome to babies, welcome to training. So in a training mindset, it is up to the rider to stretch out, open up that throat latch area, follow the bit, and go into contact. And get those hind legs moving. This is the sad part. That is going to be their life goal. Every single time horsey gets tight, he's going to bring the neck up and in. Going to your first show? Yep, horsey's neck is going up and in. Is the wind up? Yep, horsey's neck up and in. Now, let's bring a know-it-all onto the stage. Self-doubt here is going to help me play this out. For anybody who doesn't know, Self-Doubt is my partner on my writing channel, which, by the way, if you haven't checked that one out, link's right up there, and I'll link it down below too. Definitely give it a subscribe. Okay, so Doughty here sees the neck go up and in. Horse sucks into himself and curls a bit behind the vertical. That's abuse. How is that abuse, Doughty? The nose is behind the vertical, and I read somewhere that roll cur is a hyperflexion of the neck. Well, you're not exactly wrong, because roll cur is a hyperflexion of the neck. Oh my gosh, she's doing roll cur! No, Doughty, just no. But the nose is behind the vertical. Yes, the horse is curling. It's an evasion of the bit. Yeah, and that's the first degree of roll cur. No, there is no such thing as degrees of roll cur. You're either holding the horse down or you're not, and this person isn't holding at all. But the nose is behind the vertical. Yeah. He is not holding his own head and going into proper contact. He is holding in himself and not pushing through with those hind legs. And it's going to be with training and muscle building that the rider teaches the horse to open up, stretch for it, and move back there. And get horsey to carry his own head. My horse doesn't have that problem. No, your horse has the exact same weakness, it's just in a different way. No, my horse doesn't curl into himself. No, your horse grabs onto the bit and pulls. And that's equally as bad. No. But that's the thing. Know-it-alls don't bat an eye when the horse is bearing down on a bit. Yet have a big opinion on something like curling around a bit because they read in an article once how roll cur is a behind the vertical situation. But so is curling, but what they don't understand is that doesn't make them the exact same thing. But the funny part is, these know-it-alls are so focused on the front end, all they care about is that nose being poked out. Yet they don't realize that it has to do with those hind legs and being engaged from behind. But when you bring that up, they don't want anything to do with the conversation. The behind the vertical thing that they're so upset about and they like to complain about is caused by the same thing as their horse driving and burying onto their own bit. Neither of the horses is sitting down and using the hind end, and both horse and rider are both using the front end as a fifth leg. And that's pretty much everything I've got for today. Roll cur and behind the vertical is a very sensitive topic, and yes, roll cur is a serious situation. I'm not for roll cur. It's a no-no. However, people need to educate themselves on what roll cur really is before going out and criticizing people on how they're doing things. they need to look at themselves in the mirror. You know the saying, you point your finger at one person, there are 3 fingers pointing back at you. And now, it's on to you. What did you think of today's video? What do you think of the know-it-alls and their lack of education? Let me know it all down below. And while you're at it, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, as I've said it before, and I'll say it again. It's a little thing, but it really does go a long way. If you haven't already, why not hit the subscribe button and become a part of the Little Cruiser Guild yourself? We have new videos up every week for your entertainment, but also to make this horse world make a bit more sense. And that's everything I've got for you guys today, alright? Thank you so much for watching. I am Nolan M Cruz, and I'll talk